Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF Bets race of the day for Friday, January the 27th, race number 7 at Santa Anita. We're going down the hill at 6.5 furlongs. If you sign up to DRF Bets right now, you can access a $200 free bet with no deposit required. And all you have to do is go to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Let's take a look at this field of downhill turf sprinters, older runners. We're expecting a field of 9. Head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download your free Formulator past performances and handicap along with us as we take the field in post position order. And the number 1 is El Tovar. And El Tovar is coming out of the faster division of entry-level optional claimers going down the hill on New Year's Eve. I thought he was 3-4 wide throughout, finished evenly in between horses. He's a solid runner that needs pace, and he may not get it.
He may not get it, and I also have to be honest with you, I feel like just this open non-winners of 1 level is just not right for him, where he, you go through and look at what he's done successfully. He's only won 4 times. I know he won non-winners of 1 other than, but that was state breds against California horses. I have to be honest, I just don't know he's quite good enough.
The number 2 is Drummer, bred in Germany, has had 5 starts in North America, and it really hasn't worked out. We're just seeing him drop down the class ladder. He was in the Grade 3 San Simeon on opening day of the 2016 Santa Anita Winter Spring Meet. He's now in for 40, and he only has 1 race since February.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect out of this horse. I suppose the most recent form would suggest you're going to get some speed early on. The problem is that really what he wants to do? He's been giving up ground tremendously in all of his most recent starts.
But this is the double drop. He's dropping from a 62.5 to a 40 and a 2X to a 1X. The Tribal Fighter, who was 3rd in his most recent start, came back to run 2nd for a 2X with an 88 buyer. Off the form, he's tough to like, but perhaps he could turn it around. The 3 is Radio Silence, listed as a gelding for the first time. Radio Silence couldn't get cover last time out. He was pulling, he was pressing the pace in the 2-path, and he kind of was 1 pace to the wire. I think at least was a good sign that the horse he finished ahead of came back to win at this level with a 93 buyer.
Yeah, and you had some other good stuff come out of that race. 4th place finisher in 88 next out, 5th place finisher in 81. I think this horse, I like horses that on the turn back have shown a little bit of early pace in the longer races. The only thing I would throw kind of a caveat in there, that most recent run, they had soft fractions throughout, so it's not like they were burning early and now you're turning back. I kind of feel like he's going to be probably mid-pack.
Yeah, I think the goal is to take him off of the pace, let them run away from, get covered up, because he can pull. He's on an 8-race losing streak, but maybe with the gelding process, he did win sprinting in Ireland. Radio Silence is a factor and a true contender in this spot. The 4 is Rigoletto. This horse was bred in Switzerland, and he sold for almost $200,000 in November of 2017 to people who know what they're doing. So while the last race, the beaten favorite at Newmarket going a mile, looks kind of ugly, this horse might fit really nicely in this spot.
There's a part of me that I'm going to be very curious to see, is this just the starting off point for something else? Is it, you look and see he hasn't been seen since September. Do you get a run into him down the hill, come with some sort of a run, and then stretch him out in the next start? I don't know. We'll find out. Like you say, Sadler, Ronis, all those folks, these are smart connections. This would be an interesting horse. I would be afraid of him. I would let the tote board do this sort of talking.
Little Juanito's only been off the board 1 time in his career, but still eligible for a non-winners of 2 life. His win coming in a 5-furlong turf sprint at Del Mar. Last time out, had a little trouble coming out of the gate, passed some tired horses. That was the slower division.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I know he broke his maiden 2 starts back. That was at 5 furlongs at Del Mar. I don't know that this is really his game, and you see the field that he faced 3 starts back, first time going down the hill. It's hard for me to get excited about Oiseau de Guerre and some of these other horses. We know what they are.
Maiden
They're not
forever.
good enough. Yeah.
Speed has been very good going down the hill this meet, and as we take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector, I think you have to give a major advantage to the 6. What's on the agenda because of the course profile, and also because if this pace projector is right, he has a major advantage.
Yeah, it certainly does, and this is an interesting horse. But the most recent start we haven't seen him since June, the beginning of June, so certainly that's got to be a little bit of a concern. But Doug O'Neill does very well off this past 3 years. Turf 180+ day layoff, sprints, Santa Anita 5 for 16 with a 377 ROI. That most recent run, I don't want to hold that against him. He was in tight down the lane. He wasn't going to win. You could see he was starting to back up a little bit, but the fact that he was only beaten by 2 1/4 when it looked like he could have been beaten by 7, I think that was a positive. He's fired fresh off the bench. he's one, if you believe that, he's going to be tough to run down.
And you could also argue that although this is his first start against older horses, he's actually dropping in class.
Certainly.
He was in against Mr. Hinks last time out, and all that horse did is come back and win the real good deal with a 94 buyer, and he's now grade 1 placed on the dirt. So what's on the agenda? There are a lot of things to like. The layoff is concerning. I would advise everybody wait for the clock report on DRF.com, see how this horse has been working. The 7's Kentucky Colonel, boy, he's just been a disappointment for me. Last time out, he was in against an okay field, but boy, they dropped him down for 25 non-winners at 2 life. I guess it's a good sign that he's back off the layoff in an allowance race. I don't know where he fits right now. He just is a horse that is yet to build on the promise that he showed in his first couple races.
I have to be honest, I've just never ever liked him, and I look at it and see that second lifetime start, his only victory, gate to wire fashion, on the most glacial sort of pace that you've ever seen. He can't make the front here. I don't know. I mean, there's really not a heck of a lot for me to recommend.
Beaten favor off the drop last time out. He had a very tough post position that day and was chasing the pace while wide. And while the first and second place finishers, they've come back to win. It was a sharp race, but it was a sharp race for that level. Arlight came back 101X, but up at Golden Gate Field where the competition is lighter, 82 by runner-up came back to win with a 40 tag with an 87. Incensed is the 8. Incensed can be close to the pace, perhaps close to the 6. What's on the agenda? That's good for the profile. Two things that are negatives that are just too much for me to overcome. Likes to run second. Half of his 18 starts have resulted in runner-up finishes. I like him better at the 5 at Del Mar.
Agree 100% on all accounts. The interesting thing is I think he could be the key to the race, because if he keeps the 6 honest early and softens him up a little bit, then I think it helps somebody come from off the pace.
I'm hoping he can do so. You're not. As we take a look at our top selections for Friday's DRF Bets Race of the Day, you're saying, leave me alone, Incensed. What's on the agenda? Wire to wire, and you go wire to window.
Yeah, I like the fact that O'Neill is good with this move off the bench, but again, it really comes down to if the 8 leaves the 6 alone and the 6 is allowed to get out there. The 2 times that he's gone down the hill, he's set opening quarters and fractions of 21-3 and 21-1. If he can go 21-4, 22, I think he's going to be tough to run down. Having said that, if the 8 goes, I think you're on the right horse.
The wise old owl, Rich Roble, and I have had arguments about this race already. He claims that the only reason the 9 Masut won last time out is because he got a very, very fast pace. And he did. I thought he looked good doing it, and I think there is at least the possibility of Incensed going after what's on the agenda. Masut's going to have to step up in class, and that's always tough coming out of the maiden ranks in these tough downhill 6.5 furlong races. I liked what he saw last time out. He's so lightly racing. If he can build off it a little bit, I think he's a fair price at around 6-1 or so. I'm not sure I get that, though.
I was going to say, he kind of feels like the kind of horse where he might take a little bit more money, maybe necessarily than he should, but at the same time, he's the one that has all the upside. You don't know what he's going to be right now. He was wide throughout. He did get a big pace, but I love the way that he finished. The wild card in this race is the Sadler horse. I don't know what you're going to get out of the Swiss horse, but you know what? He's the kind of horse that I'd be more interested in watching seeing what you get next time for me, 6-9.
How would you bet the race?
I'm going to hope that the 8 leaves the 6 alone. I'll play the 6 to win, and in case, I'll probably play some sort of a saver exacta using the 9 on top as well.
6-9-3-1 for Matt, 9-3-8-1 for me in the DRF Bets Friday race of the day. And again, if you sign up and play this nice Santa Anita Friday card, please do it with DRF Bets. You'll be rewarded with a $200 free bet, no deposit required, at drf.com/join by using the promo code FREEBET09. An approximate post time for race number 7 at Santa Anita on Friday, 4 o'clock Pacific. Good luck.